Dragons in the skies, fire from the boughs, wisdom flowing fast, ancient temples bow, mountains echo tales, ancestors crying loud, heroes of the past, legends worn proud. On golden silk roads, history unfolds, mystics in the night, secrets they hold. Great walls shadow long, warriors in rows, in the courtyard's light, a lotus flower grows. Orchids in the wind, laughter from the light, truth within the sand, cities bathed in might. Tigers leap through time, rivers serpentine, harmony and chaos living by design. Phoenix rise anew, feathers burning blue, forest whisper soft, mind open and true. Scrolls of hidden art, sages they confide, ticking of the jade, time won't divide. Battles lost and won, emperors do reign, people marching on, dreams still remain. Peasant to the king, stories intertwined, every single soul walking a fine line. Orchids in the wind, laughter from the light, truth within the sand, cities bathed in might. Tigers leap through time, rivers serpentine, harmony and chaos living by design.
I love that song. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry, I just had to fix the hat. I tried putting it on with the headphones and it just kind of stretched it out a little bit. Anyway, welcome back. I am the dust at the feet of God's servants. Only God is special. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Today, we're chilling. Kind of chilling. We're talking about moving forwards in life. I've got a few stories to tell because I always have stories. Hopefully, it will help you with your life. That's what I can hope for. So let's start off with story number one. So story number one starts off many moons ago. So I was probably about... I can't remember the exact age because, like I said in previous streams, if any of you watch it, I haven't problem remembering everything, but like dates and stuff. But I think I was under 12, and it'll be obvious for certain reasons as I tell the story. So I had just finished school, and I was on the way home. And once I got home, I realized I didn't have my keys. So I'm knocking on the door, knocking on the window, making sure that, like, come on, anyone at home, open the door for me. Unfortunately, nobody was home. So I made a plan. I was like, okay, I've got an idea. There's an alleyway a couple of houses away, and that connects kind of to our garden, but it connects to the neighbor's garden too. So I was like, okay, what I can do is I can go down the alleyway, jump into my neighbor's garden, jump into my garden, and then hopefully someone may have left the door open back there, or maybe left a window open. So I was like, yep, this is the plan. It'll work out. It'll be fine. So jump over the fences, get into the back garden, and I look around. Doors are closed. All the big windows are closed, but there's a small window in the bathroom. You've probably seen these around, but they're like this. They're more rectangular shaped. They're like that. So me being me, I was like, it's a little high up, but it's a way in, and I'll give anything a go. I'll be like, yeah, cool, let's see what happens. So I got a couple of crates. I stood on the crates, and then unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of crates. I only had 2 crates, and I'd kind of tiptoe and kind of push myself up through the window, so my feet left the crates. And as I do this, I go in like swan diving. I go in like this, whoop, through the window, because I'm like, my shoulders might end up making it a bit too hard for me to get through if I go one arm and then the other, because it's tiny ass window, tiny bathroom rectangle window. So I push myself up. I get myself through-ish the window, through-ish. Basically, I get stuck halfway. I get up to my waist and then I'm stuck. I can't get through any further. and I can't go backwards because I don't have the footrest, or I don't have any kind of like leverage to pull myself out because my arms are through the bloody window already. So my arms are through the window, and my body was like, the top half of my body was in the bathroom, and my legs were dangling outside the window. So at this point, I struggled a bit, and then I was like, shit, I'm stuck. I ain't getting out of it. I'm gonna have to sit here for a while. And I did what anyone would do. I started crying. Thinking, oh my God, I'm such an idiot. Oh, I'm gonna be stuck here for ages, blah, blah, blah. And it felt like I was crying forever being a kid. But it couldn't have been more than 3-4 minutes. But I was crying, feeling sorry for myself. I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. I got myself in this mess. I'm stuck now. What do I do? What do I do? And after a few minutes, I realized, wait, me crying isn't going to change anything. It's not as if I could take the tears and use them as lube to get through the window. I can't do anything like that. So the tears are pointless. Whether I cry or don't cry, I am stuck. So this was a good lesson for me, which was, when you're in a tough situation, yeah, you feel bad. Yeah, you kind of like feel sorry for yourself because you're like, shit, all right, I'm an idiot. But it shouldn't be your only reaction. It shouldn't be the only thing that you focus on crying and just complaining about being stuck in that place. So what I did was what I could do. I kept myself entertained. I was just hanging my legs out and just chilling. And I don't know what I was doing. I must have been playing games or just counting tiles or something. I was just trying to keep my mind busy, because I knew that as soon as I start thinking about the situation I'm in and how I got into it, I'd end up feeling sorry for myself again. And I was like, no, that's not going to help me. It's not going to help me move. It's not going to help me get out of here. It's not going to help me do anything except upset me and keep me in this upset phase of this situation. So yeah, just counted tiles, did what I needed to do. And luckily, I think it was about an hour and a half I waited. Luckily, someone came home from school as well, who had their keys. And as soon as they opened the door, I heard them shut it, and I just started screaming. I was like, yo, I'm in the bathroom. Help. They came into the bathroom and just looked at me and went, what? Then there's me hanging through the window trying to explain the situation. And I'm like, look, I just need you to go outside, put those crates back there, and just pull my legs a little bit until they touch the crates, and then I'll be set. And literally that's what they did and got me out of that. So that, like I said, that was when I was about 13, younger than 30. I can't remember the exact age. So that was a very early lesson that some situations, yeah, you might want to cry because the situation, it depends on the situation. You know, if someone's died, you might want to cry. If some kind of emotional thing is happening, you might cry for that. But this wasn't either of those. This was literally just me being an idiot and me feeling sorry for myself. So I kind of realized that actually tears are good, but not always good. They have to be in the right time and right place, whether they serve the I don't want to say serve the purpose because it sounds so fake then, but it is, because when you're, say someone's passed away, you feel sad, you need to let that anguish out, and that's what the tears and the thingy is. It's that it's cathartic. It releases that, and it feels good to cry because you're like, yes, because I love them, I miss them, I will never see them again. I am gonna cry. But in this situation, when you're stuck in a window and you're just feeling sorry for yourself, I'm just like, no, tears aren't gonna help me. So come on, says, cry me a river to be baptized in. I don't think I have that many tears left. Well, actually, to be honest, you never know. But yeah, cool. So that was that story. It was just a lesson that taught me that sometimes in order to move forward, you need to reanalyze your situation. If I was stuck, I was stuck. There was nothing I could do about it. But I could do something with my mind and my time to keep myself preoccupied until I was able to resolve the situation with help. Um, some other situations you might not get the help. Like I could have been sitting, hanging there for a good 4 or 5 hours until my parents came home from work, in case my brothers decided to go hang out with the mates. I was prepared for the wait, but luckily someone came earlier than later, so managed to get out of that situation. Come on, says baptized in a river of your own tears. The first cut is the deepest. Yeah, the first cut is always the deepest. Yeah, like I could tell you a bunch of stories about me crying as a kid. Like I could tell you so many, but I'm not going to. It's only because I don't want you to feel sorry for me. Like it is what it is. When I was a kid, I was I want to say like a raw nerve. I was like a raw nerve. Any little thing would set me off, but it wouldn't be because I was crying about me. It'd be kind of situations about like, I'll give you one story. It'll be me fighting my brother. He's hit me, and I've decided to hit him back, and there'll be me crying, not because he hit me, but because I'm having to hit him, and I'll be like, "Look what you're making me do!" Like I didn't want to fight you. Like why couldn't you just leave me alone? And I'll be crying. It's just the way I was when I was growing up, and parents didn't like it. Everyone didn't like it. It was cry baby, cry baby, cry baby. But for me, it was just like I'm trying to control my emotions, but unfortunately, they're very strong. But I kept trying and trying and trying. And then I learned more about myself, like I said, with this situation getting stuck in the window. And I realized, okay, yeah, tears sometimes can just be self-wallowing. And yeah, you don't want to do self-wallowing tears. So I was like, okay, those tears are bad. These tears are good. And I started understanding myself a little bit more. And also, like you said, first cut is the deepest. When you get these cuts, they kind of scar over, and everyone knows well, hopefully everyone knows scar tissue is tougher than regular skin. If you have a scar, that's usually a lot harder skin because it's have to repair and blah blah blah. So yeah, I get what you mean. Like with the first cut is the hardest, and then obviously as I learned in life and kept crying like a baby in certain situations, I learned how to control my emotions a bit better. And obviously still not perfect, because I've told you the story of when I was about 17 and I tried to tackle that guy in football and ended up hurting my knee. So it was like the different emotions. You try to master the different parts of yourself slowly. It's a journey, and it's one step at a time. It doesn't come overnight. It takes time and practice and understanding yourself and being with yourself, actually sitting there with yourself and your thoughts and analyzing yourself and ask yourself, why did I do that? Or why am I doing this? Or whatever. So yeah, always been a raw nerve. So hence why I started crying, feeling sorry for myself. And then I caught myself and refocused my... Do you know what? 1 second. I don't need the headphones because I've got no music or videos playing. It's just me chatting. All right, here we go. Get the hat back. Sorry, my hair's a bit of a mess. Okay, that'll do. That'll do. So yes, let's have a quick look. Come on, says when the heart gets cut, it's open circumcised. You're talking about like the circumcision of the heart, right? I wouldn't say no. I because the thing is, like, even though I have a million different scars, like everyone does, everyone has their stories. I still had attachments to the world. I still had attachments. So I wouldn't say that just the cuts remove the attachment, because you still care about people. People will hurt you all the time, okay? People always hurt you, intentionally or unintentionally. But how you feel about them doesn't really change. It's just what they've done you don't like. You know what I mean? So it's one of those situations. It's like You still have the attachment with the people because you do care for them, but you don't have that. If this is a person situation, if it's getting caught in a window, then yeah, your heart gets circumcised to getting caught in a window ever again. In this world, tears are like raindrop, but in our world, tears are like rivers. Wow, nice. That's poetic. I like that. The emotional waters are where you learn to sail the seven seas. Yes, exactly. This is why I say it's very important to try and learn more about yourself, but with the guidance of the righteous path, the truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility. Because while you're sailing these emotional waters, it's very easy to end up letting the wind carry you wherever into like shallow reefs or rocky parts of the water where your boat can hit and crack. And so the parts where your boat can take you that way would be like lust, anger, greed, attachment, pride. That's why I always try and push the righteous path and remind everyone that you've got a choice. Whenever something happens, you have a choice. Do you want to go this way or do you want to go that way? Do you want to trust truth, love, compassion, contentment, and humility to guide you? Or are you going to let lust, anger, greed, attachment, and pride take you into dodgy waters where you might sink? You know, that's why I use this analogy a lot. People have their hearts broken or cut and they heal. I'll rebuild it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You know, you can't get rid of pain in life. You can't get rid of pain, but you can learn to appreciate it for what it is. You know, a lesson, a guide, a warning, whatever term you want to use. You could use that pain for something productive, or you could use it to feel sorry for yourself and cry. But like I said, I'm done doing that years ago. J Fu says you are a man with a big heart. Could be bigger sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do feel like a bit of an asshole. Especially recently, because recently I don't know if you guys have noticed a change in me or anything, but I've noticed a change in myself where I am a bit more. Where before I was a bit more like, let's see, I was a bit more making excuses for people. I would make excuses in my head for people all the time, and I'd go, "Oh, okay, they just don't understand. Oh, okay, this. Oh, okay, that." And a lot of the times, I kind of realized it wasn't a misunderstanding; it was some kind of manipulation or something. So now I just call it out, and I'll give you a. It's a silly example, but I'll give you an example. The other day, I wanted to do something in the house. I wanted to move some stuff around, and I said to my mom, I said, "Hey, I'm going to move this to there, and that way it'll make it easier for you when you need to do this in future." And she goes, "Oh, cool, nice, okay." And I said, "I'm going to go do something first. I'll come back and I'll do that, and I'll get that sorted out." She said, "Oh, cool, okay." I went away, did my other thing. I came back, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, I was talking to your dad. We're going to do that tomorrow." I was like, "What do you mean you're going to do it tomorrow? I just said I'm going to do it now." Why would you then go talk to someone else and decide to do it tomorrow? It's like, what's the point? And I just realized that it was just because they wanted to be the ones to make the decision and they wanted to do it their way. And I was like, no, look, it's something that needs to get done. You're just going to put it off. They'll get busy. You'll get busy. It never gets done. I'm here. I'm ready. Let me do it. Well, it wasn't even let me do it. It was, I'm going to do it. So yeah, I've become a bit more, I want to say a bit more straightforward when it comes to my communication, which might be a bit abrupt, but I'm trying to keep the compassion with it as well. But at the same time, I am going to be straight as well. It's a hard balance. And like I said, I appreciate the compliment. I don't like compliments, but I appreciate you trying to be nice. But I have to be honest, like my heart can be bigger. It can have more, it has more space. I can open it up a bit further. But that's part of the journey. That's always part of the journey, isn't it? It's like this is the thing I wanted to talk about on another stream, but I'll mention it here slightly. But this is a certain thing that people don't realize. They do a bit of spiritual journey. They see changes in the physical world and they go, I've made it. I've got to the level I want to be because I can see these changes in the physical world, like maybe good vibes, good people, like good things are happening around them, and they're like, "Oh, cool, I've reached a level of spiritual understanding," and blah blah blah. And then they stop growing because they think that they've achieved something because they've seen this effect in the world. When you're looking at spiritual growth, you can't measure it. There is nothing to measure. You can't pull out a ruler and go, "Oh, cool, yeah." No, there's no test you could go and go, see, you're on this spiritual level. No, the level of spirituality is infinite. It keeps going on forever. Whereas the physical world, you can see what you're accomplishing. If you're making money, you can see your bank balance going up. If you're going to the gym, you can see your muscles getting bigger. You can see the transformation in that regard. But sorry, not whether, but in regards to spiritual growth, you never see it. And that's the beauty of it, is that you always look for more. You're always looking for more spiritually because there is no end in sight. You know what I mean? There is no, "Oh, look at my muscles. Oh, because I'm so spiritually." No, there is none of that. It's always a journey. It's always a journey and trying to be better every single day. Me as well. Like I said, from day one on this channel, I am an idiot, professional idiot. I make mistakes all the time. I'm learning as I go, and I'm just trying to help anyone else along the marathon to, keep each other going. Because like I said, with the spiritual journey, it's forever. It just keeps on going. Whereas the physical journey and physical and money value journey of life, that's easily seen and acquired, and you could then adjust your level. You go, "Oh, cool, I need this much money to make me happy because then I could pay everything off, and then I'm content. I don't need any extra." Then boom, you know what I mean? You could work with that. "Oh, I need this type of physique or this type of body, and then I'm happy." Done. Boom. You know what I mean? Whereas the spiritual growth, you never get to the end. Come on, says cake tonight. Ooh, cake. I haven't had cake in ages. I used to love chocolate gâteau. Oh, chocolate gâteau. I could eat it. It was like about that big, and I'd eat one to myself. I was a fatty. I was a fatty. Trust me. I love food. I love food. Come on, says Bethlehem. Be the helm. Oh, cool. I like that. That's clever. I've heard Bethlehem means house of bread as well. So that was interesting. So be the helm. I like that. Come on, says not everyone is rich in kindness. Some are very poor. Yes, but once again, that is something that they can acquire. It's not something they need to go selling their soul for. Kindness is just by seeing someone else, seeing yourself in someone else. A bit of empathy. If you have a little bit of empathy, you have that kindness. If you don't have empathy, then obviously, you'll be a sociopath. Jfu says it's not what you were alone. You are set aside, and you know very well who did that. Yeah, God does everything. God does everything. He's the one who got me stuck in the window. He's the one who made me cry. He's the one who stopped me from crying. He's the one who made me hit my brother when I was crying and I didn't want to hit him. He's the one who's, whatever the situation, it's always God. It's always God. God does everything. That's why I trust him. That's why I trust him. It's like all I've ever wanted in my life was a family. That was it. Growing up, all I wanted was a family. And the worst thing or the best thing, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. So many people. This might get me going. But so many people told me I'd be an amazing dad. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's God's plan, I've got to give up my own desires and trust that God's always got the journey forward. And sorry, it's all I ever wanted, but I need to give that up. Because if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. It's not something I should think about. But like I said, when people say, "Oh, you'd be a really good dad," it's like, I know, I wish I could be, but it depends on God. It's all up to him. So anyway, what does it say? Come on, says you have a lifetime to learn. Yes, exactly. There's always time. Life is moving forward. We just got to keep moving with it. Space cake for me. Oh yeah, space cake. Sorry, I forgot your space cake. Come on, says you don't have to be clever to be kind. No, you do not have to be clever to be kind. No, you just need to open your heart. Come on, says I don't have children. It's not on my path. I'm sorry. Well, I was going to say I'm sorry to hear that, but it depends on whether you wanted them or not. But yeah, I really wanted them. I wanted the whole family situation. I was like, yeah, if I get the family thing, I am set. I don't need anything else in life. But it didn't happen yet. We'll see what happens. It's all up to God. I just take it one day at a time, But yes, next story. This one is a bit more about not listening to advice, and sometimes you're having to make mistakes to learn something else. So many moons ago again, I went ice skating with some friends for a friend's birthday. Before I went ice skating, my parents were like, no, don't go. It's dangerous. And I was like, it's ice skating. Like, how's it dangerous? And it's like, all my friends are going, I really want to go. I'd really like to learn how to ice skate as well. I thought that would be a really fun skill to have. So went ice skating and having a little bit of fun, falling down a lot. And then at some point I started watching other people, and I was like trying to figure out how they're doing it. How are they just so effortlessly just moving across the ice? There's me, like my feet are going like this. Whoa! Like each one is like about to slip up. So I was watching everyone else, and I was like, okay, cool. I see what they're doing. They kind of keep their feet at like a V, and they push sideways, and they move like that. So I kind of like got the gist of it. I was like, all right, cool. I could give that a go. And then I started moving, and I started going faster and faster and faster and faster. I was like, wow, I'm getting the hang of this. I am getting the hang of this. And then I realized I never actually watched anyone stop. I didn't think, for some stupid reason, I needed to see how to stop. So there's me going faster and faster, and then I panic. I'm like, shit, I don't know how to stop. So as soon as I try stop, I lean forward. My feet go flying into the air backwards because I put too much weight forwards, and my feet just went flying backwards. And I went, bam! Face first into the ice. I don't know if it's visible on the camera, but there's a scar here. Like, you see the line in the eyebrow there. That busted out. My nose broke. Blood streaming down my face. I get up. I'm like, look around. I'm like, I hope nobody saw that. And then I'm about to carry on ice skating. I'm about to head off again. And then I look at my mates, and they're just like their face just dropped, and they were looking at me like with so much horror. I was like, what's up? What's up? And they're like, bro, you need to get off here. Like, it's blood everywhere. And I was like, oh, damn. Okay. Because I hit hard, but I didn't know that I was bleeding because it's cold in an ice rink. So yeah, I ended up having an ambulance get called. I told my friends, I said, hey, you guys keep on doing your thing. You're here for someone's birthday. I want you to be here for that person and enjoy the birthday thing. I'll just go to the hospital, get myself checked out, and I'll head home afterwards. Or I might see you guys after if I'm quick enough. So yeah, head off to the hospital. They glue my eyebrow back down together because it was like that split. So they glued it back together. And then I also had my nose broken, but they couldn't do anything about that. Years later, I got a nose job to straighten it up again and do some other thing. But yeah, so with that story, there's a few different lessons. The first one was the warning my parents gave me is dangerous. I laughed it off. I should have understood or asked more questions. Maybe they had no answers, but maybe I should have just asked a few questions and not just dismissed it. The other thing was when I did go to ice skating, the lesson learned there was learn to walk before you run and also learn to stop. So learn to walk before you run, but also learn to stop first, because that's more important. Like, everyone can move forward all the time. Like, the whole thing about today's chat is about moving forwards. So moving forwards is always good, but you should always remember that you need to sometimes stop, assess, and go, okay, maybe I need to take another route. You know what I mean? So yeah, from that story, I learned to stop, to think, and not to run before I can walk. So that was a good lesson for me there. It broke my nose and gave me a cool, I think it looks cool looking scar on my eyebrow. But I also learned some lessons too. Let me put the hat back on. My head's getting cold. It is cold, isn't it, tonight? Hope you guys are warm wherever you are. Alrighty. Come on, says God's will is greater than mine. Yes, it is, 100%. Be in the world, but not of it. So for me, I can leave nothing. Ooh, be in the world, but not of it. I've heard that. I think that's something that Jesus says or something. I get it, the whole no children being left behind and having no attachments. But I think it's possible to have a family and not have the attachments too. Like, you could still love them, care about them, but you also understand that the nature of life is that it ends one day. And like you said, it would be God's will. So yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I think it's important to have a balance between spirituality and the worldly life, because the world is part of spirituality. We have to learn about ourselves in this world. We have to learn about God in this world. We have to do the work on ourselves in this world. So the spirituality and the physical world kind of go hand in hand for me, in my perspective, sir. Hope this is making sense for you. Cool. I think that's the last message there. Cool. Yeah, so this stream is basically saying that moving forwards doesn't always look or feel the prettiest. It doesn't always seem like you're making massive strides, but only looking back on it, I can go, oh, okay, yeah, I made the right move there. Oh, I understand that now. Oh, okay. Like, even the ice skating thing, even though I busted my nose, I'm glad I did it because it taught me a valuable lesson. You know what I mean? There's some mistakes you can make, and there's some mistakes you don't want to make. You don't want to make irreversible mistakes which hurt other people, but you can make mistakes that hurt yourself, because, you know, you're in charge of yourself. If you hurt yourself, it's no big deal. You know, some things happen. Not hurt yourself too much. Don't be driving recklessly or anything, but just, you know, you take the risk that you find acceptable. Whereas if someone else doesn't accept certain risks and you do something, it's dangerous. Some people have children to leave their mark in this world. Others write books. Yes, that whole legacy thing. Yeah, for me, I don't care about legacy and all that stuff. I could be easily forgotten. It does not bother me. If you look at the entire history of us, we don't know everyone's names. We don't know everyone's names. We don't know everyone's stories. Even the people we do know, we don't even know their stories fully. We just know what people have said. We all get forgotten at some point. The only person who doesn't get forgotten is God, because he's the main man. So yeah, as long as he doesn't get forgotten, I don't care. I don't care. I only wanted the family because I wanted to. I wanted. I've said this before on a previous stream. When I play computer games, I could play solo, but solo gets boring. I like playing in a team. So, like when I play Battle Royale, it's a team of 4 or 5, and we go in and we do what we need to do. We work together. You know what I mean? So, I like the idea of teamwork. So, for me, the whole family idea was teamwork, especially the wife. Teamwork makes the dream work. The missus would be essentially my teammate, and we would work together for the kids' best interest in regards to good growth and a good life. That's it for me. It wasn't anything, and experiencing the whole family life, the whole dynamic and stuff, good and bad. You got the dodgy teenagers, or you got them as their kids when they're cute and fun. Yeah, I wanted to experience the whole range of it. I thought it'd be a very good learning experience in itself. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Some people do just have kids for the sake of living through them. Some people want to live through the kids. They're like, oh, I wanted to be a football star. Oh, I'm going to make my kid a football star. You know what I mean? I get that. Yeah, people living through the kids or trying to create a legacy or whatever. But yeah, I think it's more important to make an impact on the people around you in a positive way than to be remembered. I think, yeah, I'm going to stick with that. I can't see any reason why I would disagree with that. But yeah, moving forwards, because that's what we're here to talk about. It's all about staying focused. I had a perfect example, actually. I had a really good example of something to explain to you guys. So imagine you've got a back garden and it's messy, but you have a vision of what the garden will look like. Yes? The first thing you need to do is organize. You need to organize. Oh, this is a tool. I need to put this in the tool place. Oh, this is junk. I need to get rid of this. Oh, this is this. I need to put this in the potted area, the pots. I need to put this over here. I need to do this. I need to put that there. The first thing when you do, when you're trying to sort out your garden, is you organize it so you know what you're keeping, what you're getting rid of, and what you need to, whatever. Then you create more space by doing this, and then you're able to work within that space, and then you could start bringing new things in to maybe build, to add, to whatever. You know what I mean? It's all about taking steps, but the first step you need to take is analyze. You need to look at what you got around you. You need to go, okay, this doesn't serve me, that doesn't serve me, that doesn't serve me. I need to get rid of those things. This thing, part of me, I could work on this a bit better and it'll be better in the future, so I'll leave it for now. If it doesn't work out, I'll get rid of it. If I can't sort this thing out in my life, imagine your life as the garden, and then you work on the actual landscaping and the whatnot, and you start making it look pretty only at the end. It only starts looking pretty at the end. All the way through is pretty much a bomb site. That's kind of like how your life will typically look like. And a lot of people, once it looks like a bomb site, they end up going into that negative spiral downwards. But this is why I say truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility will push you upwards so that you can finish clearing your garden, so that you can complete your vision, and i.e. clear out all the stuff in your life that doesn't serve you, so you can have the vision of your life that you wanted. I hope this is making sense. Like, you won't be able to predict exactly what's going to your life is. Like I said, with me, I have no idea with life. I just know that God will make sure it's good. I just keep trying to make the best decision I can every time, and then everything else is up to God. Everything else is up to God. But other people, obviously, they may have an idea of, oh, I want to help my community, so I'll do community work, and I want to do this kind of thing in the future, and they'll work towards that. So those kind of things are perfectly fine, reasonable. Like, me working on this channel is essentially that. It's me trying to do some kind of community work and trying to help people. But it doesn't mean that I'll stay here forever, or it doesn't mean I'll leave. It just means that I'm doing it for now, and I'm putting some effort in because I want to do it. But if it keeps on going or doesn't go, that's all up to God. You know what I mean? So yeah, you got to have some plans, some vision, but always allow that vision to evolve, because as you grow and as you get closer to your vision of what you want in life, your perspective changes, and what you've envisioned at the beginning may not have been the best thing for you. By the time you get to the end, the new vision you have, the upgraded vision, you're like, oh, I'm gonna put tea lights hanging across, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and you turn your God into something magical. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's all about looking forward, keeping a positive mind. If you're stuck somewhere, you're not stuck there forever. If you are moving too fast, be careful. You might fall on your face. Learn to stop and think, and keep focus on your vision, but always understand that your vision can change or it can upgrade. It doesn't have to be that set thing. Like I said, I always wanted the family. I was wanted the whole thing since I was a kid. I was thinking by the time I'm 23, I'm going to be married and have kids. I'm 36, I think, now. No marriage or kids. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, you've got to keep that vision flexible, because the best thing for you might not be what you think it is. Come on. Oh, sorry. Space Cake says, my mother told me as a child, you don't need to be famous. Your name is in lights. Oh, that's beautiful. That is amazing. I love your mum. Fu says, do you understand the concept of being a father? Yes. Die for your kids, protect, provide, support, emotionally, spiritually, financially. Yeah, I don't know what, unless you're talking about something else, being a bit more specific. What do you want to know, Fu? Exactly. Tell me what you want to know, buddy. Unless you're saying the concept of being a father, meaning that you have to be with someone to have a kid. I understand that concept. But otherwise, yeah, if you're talking about the actual what the role consists of, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's huge responsibility. But I'd still want it. I'd still want it. I'd still want it. Like I said, I like. I've always wanted that experience. That's one experience I always wanted to tick off. So for me, I don't know. I don't. If something seems scary or if something seems tough, I don't go, oh, I don't want to do it now. I go, no, I want to do it more. You know, I like the challenge. Cool. I don't see no further follow up to your father question, so I'm going to leave it here for now. I think we've been going on for 45 minutes. Yeah, we've been going on for about 45 minutes. So I might do another stream a little bit later. I'm still deciding on whether to do it today or tomorrow, but I might do one later. So keep an eye out for that if you do want to pop by again, if you're not busy. Space Kick says, I once thought I did, but were they my thoughts? Oh, okay. You're answering Fu's. Or okay. I once thought I did, but were they my thoughts? Okay, cool. Yeah, sweet. That's it for now. Maybe see you later. Hopefully, if not, I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you guys have a nice evening. If I don't see you again, hope you guys are having an amazing week so far. It's only Tuesday. Still got plenty of time for the rest of the week to go. Who knows what can happen next? Propakizo, welcome back. Says, what's up? Nice hat. Thank you very much. Gift from Mr. Fu. Space Cake says, society sets a program and many follow it. That's a... So you're saying society sets a program and many follow it. You're saying the program is having family, right? Or are you saying more about the whole go to work, get a house, blah, blah, blah? I think that the focus is too much on the house and the family rather than the actual experience of it. Because a lot of people go, oh, look, got the house, got the car, got the kids, got the job. I'm still not happy because they're not enjoying the the gift that they've been given, the family, the job. You know what I mean? They're always looking somewhere else. Some people. So I think that's why when people in society follow these things, they follow it without the understanding of truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility, and end up going down lust, anger, greed, attachment, pride into the whole family, car, house, job, kids. And that's when it goes downhill. But if they go in with truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility, then they appreciate every single moment, even the arguments, because the arguments bring you closer. When you and your other half have an argument, you then talk about it, you understand each other deeper, and you come together closer and closer and closer. So even the arguments are blessings, as long as nobody's throwing punches. Come on, says 2 point kids, a car, dog, etc. Yeah, cool. Propaganda says, you say that, but wouldn't a house be a natural extension of having a family? You need a place to live, etc. You need a job to provide for the other things too. No, because you can have a house without having a family. So, and you could. I know people who've bought. We've talked about that girl Laura Decker from Netherlands who went sailing around the world. She was, what was it? She was living in the sea. She was living on the boat with her parents, traveling around the world. So people don't always need a house. There's people who live in caravans, whatever. Some people are just nomadic and they like to travel constantly on foot or whatever. So yeah, I understand what you're saying. In this modern day and age, the idea is house, family all goes together. But no, it's all good, propaganda. It was a good question. It was still a good question, trust me. But yeah, in regards to family, like back in the day, you could have had a farm. You know what I mean? You could have had a farm, homeschool kids, blah blah blah. Fine, no problem. It's just obviously nowadays it's like, oh, you need to go get a job to provide money because nobody barters or anything. Nobody just survives off just the basics in life. Everyone wants all the lavish things. So, and then the kids as well, when they go to school and they see all these other kids with all these games and these toys and this, that, then they come home and they really want this stuff. It perpetuates that that consumerism mentality because they're stuck in lust, anger, greed, attachment, and pride. But if they were using truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility, they would not have the attachment so much with the physical. It would be like, oh, it would be nice if I got the toy. I don't have to get it, but it would be nice if I did. And if parents got them the toy, nice. But it's not something that because some kids have way too many toys. The parents spoil them too much. The toy shouldn't be something that the kid just asks for and receives. It should be something that they have to appreciate, because that's why these rich kids get spoiled. Their parents are buying them cars, this, that, all the toys in the world when they're kids, and then when they're older, they still get presents from their parents who keep spoiling them. And those rich kids are usually snobs and they're not nice people because they never actually appreciated what they had. If the parents had made them work for the toys or the car or whatever, they would appreciate it so much more. And then they'd have that better quality in them for being a better person, a better character of person. Space Cake says a house is for shelter. Yes, it is. House is for shelter, but it's also a home. It's also a home. A woman makes it a home with a womanly touch. A man just makes a house, but a woman makes it a home. Fu says that's not it. I don't know what you're saying. That's not it too, but hope you'll elaborate. Probably to say sorry. Nope, don't write yet. I've read that one. You got it, but it was just a good question. It was just something that I hadn't explained properly. Probably says people have become more material. People concentrate on that too much. Yes, exactly. Lust. That's lust. Desire. It's just that they want this, they want that, they want the newest car, they want the newest iPhone, they want whatever the hell they want. It's the want. And because they always just want, as soon as they get it, they want something else. Now they're looking at that thing over there. They're not looking at the thing they just got. They're looking at the other thing. It's like, all right, calm down with your wants. Appreciate, be content. Appreciate what you have. Have you ever seen rich kids skint holidays on MTV? No, I haven't. It's quite interesting. I've caught a few episodes and the rich kids seem to appreciate things more. Amazing. Okay, so rich kids on skint holidays. Amazing, yeah. Because they realize, oh, I'm actually surprised. I thought they would be complaining more because they'd be comparing it to all the rich kid holidays they went on. They'd be like, oh, this is terrible. Oh, if we were in a 5-star hotel, we wouldn't have this problem. It just sounds like more of the kids would be complaining about it. But if they learned a good lesson about appreciating, even better. Even better. Women make nests. Yes. That because the whole point is to raise the kids, you know. You need that womanly touch. You need that feminine energy of nurturing. Probably user says poor parenting. Yes, but that's just because kids are teaching kids. When kids are teaching kids, what do you expect? But it's also part of life, you know. Because we've made all these mistakes in the past, we can look back at them and we can analyze and go, okay, cool. Do we want to make these same mistakes in the future? Yes or no? And then we can move forward together, hopefully with a more deeper understanding of what it takes to actually be a parent. It doesn't just take one night stands. It takes a lot to be a parent, and it's a massive responsibility that someone should really understand what they are going into before they go into it. But as long as they do that, and they do it, like I said, with truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility, I think they'll be fine. Proper Keys says, I just watched an episode, and this guy went on a 20 grand holiday, and he spent 6 days with a family of 4 that had a budget of £40 per day for everything, food, entertainment. Wow. Yeah, that penny pinching will make him appreciate that, the lavish lifestyle he's been living. Space Cake says, man build shelter, woman make nest. Yes. Woman also make medicine. Woman also nurture the garden. Obviously, man does gardening too, but women are more of the herbs and the things, you know, for the foods to make the best food ever. Men are more for the hard graft of the plowing, the planting, the watering, the taking care of the majority of the stuff. But once again, woman comes in with a delicate touch and does what she needs to, which once again is that symbiotic relationship, is a union of two working as one. The rich kid was given the budget of 30 to find an activity for everyone and make dinner. There seems to be a theme of rich kids always buying microwave meals because they have no idea how to cook. Yes, I think cooking is an amazing skill to have. Obviously, I've mentioned I've done camping before. Camping has really forced me to be very inventive with my cooking because you don't really get a lot of I don't take like a cool box with all the fridge stuff. I take things that I'm like, okay, cool, this will last a little while. So basically I take some rice or something and I could put some water in, boil the rice, maybe throw a bit of Tabasco sauce in there or something and mix it up, job done. Or throw an egg in there, make egg fried rice. Beautiful. Microwave meals happened on the previous episode I watched too. Yeah, it's the go-to. Space Cake says cooking saves a fortune. Yes, it does. Another thing that cooking does is it connects you with the food you're about to eat. Okay, as you're cracking, because I'm talking about egg fried rice a second ago, as you're cracking those eggs to put into the pan, you appreciate the eggs. And you say, thanks, God. Because of this egg, I am able to eat. You crack it in. With the rice, you pour the rice in. You say, thank you, God. Because of all that water that went into making this rice, I have food to eat. All that energy from the sun that went into this rice, I have food to eat. And you know what I mean? And then you add the spices, you add the sauce or whatever, mix it all up. You take your time, you prepare it, you do it lovingly, and then you pour it, you sit yourself down and you eat. And you appreciate it so much more than, hi, Uber Eats. Yeah, I'd like a burger and chips. Yeah, I'll get a can of Coke as well. It's like, and then burger comes, you eat it, you feel bad that you're eating it, but then you're like, but it tastes nice, but it doesn't hit the same. It doesn't to me anyway. Maybe you guys are different, but for me, it just doesn't hit the same with the not just a home cooked meal, but a home cooked meal that you have made personally. And also when you make something personally and you feed others as well, it's just, yeah, it's awesome, especially when they appreciate the food, when they like the food, when they're not lying. Probably says, I like to cook for other people. Yes, amazing. It's nice to see someone enjoy something I create. Exactly. Probably says, it does help that I am amazing at it. Yeah, same. I think with cooking, the trick is to understand its chemistry. Temperature too high, temperature too low, too much salt, too little salt, too much water, whatever you're making, like the balance has to be perfect in order to make that perfect dish. You know what I mean? You can't just go, oh yeah, I'll just throw any amount of salt in there. No, you need to put the right amount of salt. So yeah, it's all about chemistry with cooking. Space Kick says, I hear you, brother. Propaganda says, my ex always said I should go on Ready Steady Cook. Oh, that would be cool, because I would come home, pull a few things from the cupboard and fridge and knock up a gourmet meal. Oh, I guess we're all going down to Proper Geezers for dinner one night. You're going to make us food, yeah? Or you could bring it down to Speaker's Corner. We'll all turn up to Speaker's Corner one day and you can feed us all. Probably says, I don't buy by weight and measure. I do everything by eye. Oh, I don't go by weights and measure. I do everything by eye. Yeah, because you've learned what you needed to learn, so you understand how much salt, the taste, like whatever. Yeah, I don't do weights and measures stuff. I do the same. I go by eye. I go, okay, yeah, I just need a pinch of salt because the bowl's only this big, and yeah, there's already a bit of salt in the cheese or whatever. You know what I mean? You understand the chemistry of it, and you're like, okay, cool. I've already got that umami taste from this. I don't really need that. Blah blah blah. Cooking's deep. Trust me, cooking's deep. I could probably do a whole show on cooking. Maybe if I come back later, I'll do a stream on cooking, or yeah, maybe we'll see what happens. Or maybe I'll set the camera up in the kitchen and we could cook something together. Come on, says less is sometimes more. Yes, I agree with that. I like tasting, because it's I've seen people do this where they just throw so much salt on everything, and I can't taste anything but salt. I like the taste of like the vegetables, like the like something I just ate now. It's called chili paneer. Chili paneer. It's basically chili cheese, Indian style. And it's like I could taste the onions, I could taste the red peppers, the yellow peppers, the marinade on the cheese, the seeds, and it's just like a whole array of different flavors. But then there's some people who literally go, oh, ketchup, just cover everything in ketchup, and all they can taste is tomato ketchup. Or they throw salt all over it. They completely ruin a good meal. But yeah, I guess it's a personal thing. Space Cake says, I'll go buy spoon. Propaganda says, unless it's baking, that's a bit of a science. Yes, baking, yeah, you have to be a bit. You can kind of play by eye once you've got enough practice. But yeah, typically with baking, you want to go with the right amount of quantities, like the ratios of flour to whatever you're making. I was thinking of cake, so flour to water to eggs to something that's butter and some other things. Probably used to say, probably used to say cooking with the man. Come on, says full spoon, full moon. Do you remember that advert from Jaffa Cakes? It was so funny as kids. We loved it. It was like, okay, kids, today I'm going to teach you about the moon. Pulls out a Jaffa Cake. Okay, full moon. Takes a bite out of the Jaffa Cake. Half moon. Eats all of it. Total eclipse. Okay, let's do it one more time. Gets another Jaffa Cake out. I don't like Jaffa Cakes, but I thought that advert was brilliant. That was so good. Come on, I read that one. Probably says, "Oh my god, I as at work, and we had these trainees in, and one of them brought lunch, and he put 2 packets of salt on it. Oh my god, he's only 17 as well, bruh. Yeah, heart attack for sure. But even just forget the heart attack. It's just like it's so unnecessary. They're used to it though. This is the thing. It's like alcohol or any other kind of thing that you take. The more you take of it, the more used to it you get. So he's probably been putting salt on everything and everything and everything, and then he's just had to up his salt intake to get that same hit. Ugh. So if he says that men that cook, probably he says Suvi cooking with the man. At Suvi cooking with the man. Come on, says lol. Half spoon, half moon. Total eclipse spoon, total eclipse moon. Probably says he couldn't taste the food without the salt. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. He can recover that. He just needs to drop his salt level. Just start eating basically everything with basic nothingness, and slowly his tongue will get used to just actually enjoying the taste of the different elements of the food. Hopefully, but God, 17—that's a bad habit to have when you're 17. Probably says he couldn't. Yeah, read that one. New moon, new spoon. Nice, I like that one. That's a nice little twist to that. Awesome. I think that's enough. It's nice chatting to you guys. I appreciate you guys being in the chat. Kept it interesting. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here and sticking around for the whole content. Hopefully, like I said, maybe back later. Might do a nice little late stream, a chill one. Or I'll let you guys decide. Leave a comment at the end of this video whether you want a chill stream or a funny, not funny stream. No, I'm gonna make that a video. Actually, no, I'm gonna make that a separate video. Sorry, I'm always planning, and I'm planning different things. Like I said, vision always changes. Vision constantly changes. You've got to always upgrade. So yeah, that vision I've got of that video, I'm gonna make that a separate video on its own that I'm gonna pre-record and release. Because I think that it'll hit perfectly. But yeah, so yeah, it will just be a chill stream if I do come back. So yeah, you don't have to leave a comment. You can leave a comment if you want, but you don't have to. But yeah, if you want to like, you can like. If you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. You can unsubscribe too. You can also unlike, and you can also you can do anything you want. Basically, it's your life. I just have to say the whole like thing at some point. Hangman later. Oh yes, good point. Yes, we could do a bit of Hangman later. Oh, I missed another one. Goes back to your point of poor parenting. I'm surprised his mom never said anything to him. Yes, exactly, because she probably doesn't know any better. Like I said, this is something that you learn from paying attention, and unfortunately, a lot of people have been raised not to pay attention. Hence why the whole matrix thing comes up, where people are like, oh, you're asleep, you're in the matrix, you're brainwashed. You know what I mean? Even with these religious people, like, oh, you're brainwashed, because they're not thinking for themselves. They are just going with the flow of what they've been taught. Yeah, Hangman, chill stream, but Hangman is a must. Yes, we'll do Hangman. I'll think of a couple of good words. Come on, say spoon, moon, seasoning. Ooh, spoon, moon, seasons, seasoning. Probably user says chat to demand. How am I supposed to score a point? Oh, I score a point by you not actually winning. Okay. Okay, I'll make it a tough word then. I'll make it a good word. Suvi says cooking stream. Okay, you'd like the cooking stream. Yeah, I could arrange that. I could arrange that at some point. It'll be a bit tough getting my desktop set up in the kitchen. But I could maybe do it over my laptop. So yeah, I'll figure something out for you guys in regards to a cooking stream in the future. Probably says if I would have put that much salt on my food, I would have got a slap. Yeah, even when I go to McDonald's, I hate the fact that they put salt on everything. So when I used to work at McDonald's myself, so when I was working at McDonald's, I did this thing where I would never salt the chips when I cooked them. I would just throw them in, and then I'd just rack them up. I wouldn't put any salt on them, and you're supposed to put salt on them, but I would refuse to because it'd just be so much salt. I'll be like, look, if the person wants to add salt, they can. We've got salt sachets. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, they don't need this much salt in life. And that's one of the ways that McDonald's and these places actually, I know I'm going off on another topic. I was supposed to end the stream. But this is how places like McDonald's, Burger King, and all these other places, fast food places especially, they sell so much. It's really high salt content. Makes it very addictive, and then also you get very dry mouth, so you always need a drink, and that's why you drink a massive ton of Coke. You know, like if you had this much Coke normally, you wouldn't be able to sit there drink it all in one hit. You take your time with it, but because when you're eating the fast food, that salt makes it so dry that you're just like, and then that's sugar, and then that's not good for you. Like, there's so much wrong with the fast food industry. But it's just to make a buck. It's never about health or caring about the consumers. Probably this is, oh yeah, stream from your mobile. My mobile, I don't know if it has the capability. Well, obviously it has the capabilities, but I don't think it's not a top end mobile, so it's not going to have the best quality range. But yeah, maybe I'll see what I can figure out. Either I could take my laptop and connect my phone to it and somehow do it that way, or I'll just take my phone. The thing is, if I just do it off my phone, I can't read your messages unless I hold it constantly. But I think it'd be better if I just set everything up, have the camera set up, have all my ingredients, chop it all up, do what I need to do, and then the stove would be right behind me. Cook on the stove, throw some red wine over it, get the flames going, you know, the whole shebang. We could do that. I don't know. I've never done any of that. Like with the red wine, I've never had a need to make anything like that, but I'm willing to give it a go. Might burn the kitchen down, but willing to give it a go. Suvi says, Mum eats green raw chili. I grew up doing the same. Yeah, I like green raw chili. It's amazing. I like raw onions as well. Raw peppers, raw... everything raw, almost everything raw. Yeah, most things raw is awesome. But yeah, green chilies with Indians, we do this a lot. We just like, oh, we need that burn. Propagator says I can't eat hot food anymore. Oh no, hot food's the best. Suvi says use your camping gear to cook. My camping gear to cook. I only have like this tiny little stove thing that you kind of like put a few twigs in. It's a rocket stove essentially. It's a rocket stove about that big that you put a pot on top of. I couldn't make a lavish meal or anything. I could make a survival meal. I could probably do like the egg fried rice I mentioned earlier, but nothing too serious. But maybe I could just do that when I go camping. Then I can have the camping stove, and then when I have a proper kitchen, I can do a proper meal. So yeah, good idea, Suvi, but we'll save that for the camping stream. Spices isn't a problem, but chili not so much. Yeah. Probably says I think you need to test out a cooking stream. Yeah, I'm willing to give it a go. I like cooking. Like I said, and I'm learning something new every time I cook. Like, it's awesome. Because the thing is, as you learn to cook different things, you learn how different things can actually taste really good when they combined in a certain way and not other ways. It's really complicated. It's really weird, but you understand. I think probably because you cook, and I think Suvi cooks as well. Probably says, are you taking suggestions for what you will cook? Yeah. If you guys want to throw suggestions, if you want to see anything in particular you think would be a challenge for me, let me know. Anything challenging you think, probably not a souffle, because I don't think the house is going to be that quiet. But anything else, yeah. But I'd be willing to give a souffle a go, to be honest. So yeah, if you want to have you can pick the menu. 3-course meal, a starter, a main, and a dessert. I'll do the lot. I think that'll be fun. So if he goes, ooh la la, red wine flames. Yeah, why not? I think you could put red wine in some really like fancy pastas and stuff like that. Propaganda says test out setup. I mean, okay, yeah. What setup will work best for you? Yeah. No, I'll get you now, Propaganda. Sweet. But thank you guys again for sticking around. Appreciate all the comments. Appreciate the little chat and the support in regards to the cooking stream. I will possibly see you guys later. Hope you guys have a good evening. Otherwise, if I don't, I hope you guys keep working towards moving forwards. Keep focusing on the truth, love, compassion, contentment, humility, and try not to let lust, anger, greed, attachment, pride confuse you or lead you down the wrong way. And yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Love you all. Take care all. See you later. Bye. Oh, my mouse isn't working. Oh, there we go. All right. Bye.
In the hush of morning light, find a place where shadows hide. Whisper truths in silence bright. Soul serenity inside. And the world feels loud and wild. Seek the gentle breath of grace in the eyes of every child. See divinity's embrace. Quiet stillness holds the key to a mind that's truly free. In the tranquil we confide, finding God, a peace inside. Mountain tops and waters deep echo with a sacred hymn. In His care, our spirits sleep, cleared from every worldly spring. As the stars paint dusky skies, see His love in every beam. In the night where calmness lies, dreams of heaven softly gleam. Moments pause and hearts align, feel the warmth of His design. In the stillness we shall find God imparts
Thank you all again. Just reading your comments. You guys are funny. I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.